Good morning, my tribe, and how are we all doing today? It is Friday morning, and you know what that means? That is absolutely right. Me, your bald-headed boy Scribble, and you, wonderful, wonderful members of the holotables at home, are going to be getting galactically challenged. So let's go ahead and take a look at the modifiers for this particular galactic challenge. We find ourselves on Tatooine. We're going up against the Sith. That's right, the actual triumvirate, not featuring Nihilus, but there we go. It's okay, it's a trailer. We're going up against the global modifier of Dune Sandstorm. Now, this Dune Sandstorm essentially means that every single turn, everybody is going to get an unresistible damage over time. It's an annoying one, and the enemy team has got Treya, which means they're constantly cleansing it off, meaning they don't get really hurt by this sandstorm, and you do. It sucks, but there we go. Our modifiers, beneficial for the players, is now looking at Scoundrels, which is actually quite nice. It does mean that those of you with some decent bounty hunters will be able to get this done without too much fuss or messing around. So, this essentially gives us an additional stack of max health. It gives us extra speed. We can't be buff immunitied. When we have buffs, we also have less damage incoming, and we can also have increased counter chance, and we inflict defense down for 2 turns when we're attacked. Now, also, when we are debuffed, we are going to be gaining an additional 10 speed. This is okay. This is okay. The counterattacks is not great against the Treya team, because even when she's dead, when you attack out of turn, you're going to be taking max health damage, which paired with the global modifier for those damage over times, it really does get a little bit dangerous. The enemy has also got Grim Machinations, which is a horrendous modifier. Essentially, every time we kill one of the enemy team, they're going to be ramping up additional offense and max health, but also if they happen to kill one of your units, they get a stack of what's known as Dark Ascension. And Dark Ascension is going to decrease the damage they take by 15% and increase the damage they deal by 30% per stack. So God forbid they start taking out some of your units. So what are the feats then? The feats is where it gets nasty. Winning with a team of Scoundrels, not so bad. However, winning after defeating 3 enemies in the same turn without a Galactic Legend, I can't find a reliable way of getting that done. I'm very, very sorry. However, evading 10 attacks is really not something that we have to stress too much about. Now I'm going to start this off with one of our Scoundrel teams, and we're going to work out from there. So, starting out with Scoundrels, unfortunately Jabba the Hutt is not a Scoundrel, he's just a bounty hunter, but generally all bounty hunters have got that Scoundrel tag. So I'm running an Aura Singh lead here because she happens to have a very, very fast contract. We pair that with OG Mando and Grief to have lots and lots of special abilities, as well as the ability to instantly kill, and we've got Bossk as a taunter. Now, the 5th is a little bit flexible. You can throw in someone like Boba Fett or Jango Fett, for example. My preference is Fennec, so if you've got Fennec geared up, go ahead and use her. It's slightly quicker on the contract. Let's roll this. Alrighty then, so we only really have to worry about the fact that Marauder over here is going to be gaining bonus TM when we attack out of turn. We want to start off with a nice little taunt from our boy Bosky Poo Poo, and then we're going to just use specials. While we're stealthed, if we use specials, it's going to count towards our contract. Look, so we're at 0% right now. We use that, boobity-boobity-boobity-boo. Look at that beautiful, beautiful business. Look at that, 50% contract already. It's sorry, I think it's using abilities whilst you have a buff is Aura Singh's contract. Boom, 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 boom. Everybody gets there, and check it out. We've already hit contract. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that nice? The answer is yes. That's very nice. That's very, very nice. So all we want to do is keep that taunt up on Bossk. First turn of OG Mando. Bye, Treya. And that's like 90% of everything that we're worried about done and dusted. Okay, we are basically there. We've made it. We've completed the game. GG. Treya's gone. Ding dong. The witch is dead, and all that sort of business. So from here, the aim of the game is to survive, ladies and gentlemen. Survive. This is where Grief Karga comes in. His second special is going to dispel all debuffs and let us recover health and protection. So booyah. Isn't that nice? And we want to focus on Sith Marauder. Now, it's unlikely that we actually kill anybody outside of using Mando's Disintegrate. They just recover far too much health, and obviously the more of them we kill, the more they stack up their max health as well, and they deal additional damage, of course. So you want to try and get as many turns going around over to Mando as possible. You want to try and keep that taunt up on Bossk as long as possible, and just slowly armor shred everybody to death. So let's keep everybody nice and healed up with Grief Karga, and we just want to work around to another Annihilate out of our good man... Ooh. OG Mando. So Marauder is the guy that's got he's the biggest threat, as it were, as far as like damage output is concerned. I'm not going to use another stun here because, well, actually we could. He's got full TM anyway. Let's go ahead and just do that. Oof, Marauder coming in, nearly taking us out there. Our boss may well die in a moment. Okay, so we're going to annihilate Marauder because he is a big threat. Alright, and I don't want a counterattack coming in. Let's go ahead and get some armor shreds out. We could really use some extra heals coming out of our grief. God, speaking, you shall be given the preferences of the world. Oh, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. So I'm going to focus here on Talon. And that's kind of it. Now, this isn't going to get you those evades, unfortunately. We don't really have much evasion in this. You might luck out and get evades, but realistically speaking, you're probably going to have to do that with another team. And that's okay. The main aim of the game is, obviously, you just want to get rid of Treya. That gets rid of half of their benefits, essentially. They can't cleanse off anymore, which is great. And, yeah, they're going to just die to dots when they take turns, just like that. And you can keep your grief, keeping everybody alive. These guys are only R5 for the most part, so really not so bad dealing with scoundrel bounty hunters. Wonderful. Like I said, that Fennec, she's not necessary as the 5th, but just kind of helps because she does extra damage on that basic. Really helps you hit contracts super, super quick. We still need to defeat 3 enemies in 1 turn, as well as get at least 10 evades in 1 battle. Now, I'm going to be using a Galactic Legend for this to get those 2 feats, but I will show you another one to get the evade afterwards. So it's going to be Rey. Rey is actually a decent GL for this sort of thing, mostly because of how her mastery ramping works, okay? Now, you can take in Ben Solo, but I don't think it's actually necessary. What I'm going to be taking in is those characters that have got evasion mastery on their kits, okay? Evasion mastery on their kits. So we could take in Shakti as the last person. Let's do that. So we're doing Rey, Cat. Cat is there because Cat's going to be passing 50% max health and 50% offense to our Rey. We've got JTR, Cal Kestis, and Shakti. All 3 of these characters have got evasion as part of their mastery. So if you want to look at that, just click on the little icon over here. We'll go down here. You see mastery down here. It says increases deflection chance, dodge chance, health, and protection. Whenever we ramp mastery, then these stats are going to be increasing. How do we ramp mastery? Well, I'm glad you asked. I am your boy Scribble. I'm going to tell you how. So, Rey, GL Rey, under her leadership, I believe it's over here. Essentially, if your characters, if your allies have got inspiration on them, which is something that you can get through GL Rey every time she takes a turn, whenever an enemy gains bonus turn meter, you are going to be gaining 5% mastery. Okay, you can see it here. Inspired light side allies gain 5% mastery at the end of the encounter whenever an enemy gains bonus turn meter. So we know that the enemy Marauder gains a bunch of bonus turn meter when we attack out of turn and stuff like that. So, that's all very well and good. We know that we can ramp up our mastery. Ramping up Rey's mastery is going to increase her crit chance, crit damage, and damage, so she's going to be getting more and more harder hitting as the game goes on. And these guys over here, these 3, are going to be ramping evasion, okay? So the more and faster that we get that inspiration flowing, the more attacks out of turn, or turn meter gains we give to Marauder. Also, Talon. Darth Talon has got, she gets Frenzy, and that's 100% turn meter when that triggers. All of those occasions are going to make these guys evade more, and we're going to be ramping damage. So let's get into it. Here we are. So the only person I really care about keeping alive right now, let me think, it's probably Shakti. Actually, it probably should have been Cat, to be honest. We're going to pass the turns back and forth. Cat over there to Shakti. Lovely. And then let's just hide Rey for now. And yeah, let's go ahead and... What do I want to do right now? Doesn't really matter. All we're really trying to do is actually drag out the battle as long as possible in this instance, okay? Dragging out the battle is what we want to do. So, we also had a counter... we had an evade there, because JTR obviously does gain a lot of foresight, so she can dodge organically quite a lot. There's those counterattacks there coming out, which is going to be giving TM over here. Let's go ahead and just do a little bit of this, and... Let's just keep Cat alive for now, I think. Wonderful. Okay, let's get a heal up on our Rey. You can see that we do have inspiration currently on Rey. It should be on some other characters, but I can't quite see where it is right now. No. Who's got inspiration? Oh, it's Jedi Knight Cal Kestis. So essentially, whenever the enemy is gaining turn meter now, Jedi Knight Cal Kestis is going to be raising up his evasion. Got another dodge there, isn't that nice? Again, we're not looking to do much of anything. We could go into ultimate here, but I don't want to accidentally start killing units. I want to keep on ramping the damage on GL Rey and ramping the evasion on other characters. So let's just keep it going. Another dodge. Now, obviously, Cat doesn't ramp dodge. So we're going to turn meter swap over here just so that we can... Oh, hang on. Sorry, that's the wrong character. Attacks out of turn, which is going to trigger additional TM gains over there on Marauder. Now, those dots aren't going to kill Shakti, simply because it's going to trigger the damage immunity on her first. Okay, lovely jubbly. Just do what we can. Let's go ahead and we'll call in GL Ray here. That should trigger additional turn meter over there. Everything that we can do just to slow this game down, get those 10 dodges. There's an extra deflection, there's an extra deflection and a deflection. There's an extra deflection. So I'm pretty sure we've already hit all of the dodges that we need to. So right now, all we're actually caring about is can we kill all the people that we need to kill in that one ult. One ult, we need to try and kill 3 people, essentially. So let's go ahead and get a taunt perhaps over on JTR. Unfortunately, we can't actually heal up or do much of anything with our GL rate. Now, we could just yeet out Darth Treya. Yeah, let's actually do that. Let's get rid of Darth Treya. That's going to make our lives easier. Now we just need to go into Ultimate with Ray. I'm relatively confident. See all those dodges there? This is why it's nice to have those evasion. They can't touch me. Go into Ultimate here. Go into Ultimate. We just need to kill at least 3 people. At least 3 people when we hit this ult. I'm quite confident that we are going to kill Sion. You know, got that heal immunity there. Here we go. Let's go down 1 time speed. She should have been ramping offense throughout all of this. So, bop! Everybody dies. That gives you the 10 evasions and defeating at least 3 people in 1 turn. Really not so bad. We can do a similar thing with another Galactic Legend. That's going to be C. This is going to be about killing 3 people in 1 turn. I'm giving C just literally all the support in the world. Armorer can place on Beskar armor. Watsambor can place on that tank tech to constantly cleanse debuffs. Hermit Yoda can provide Jedi's training. Master's training, which essentially gives him an extra 25% stats. And Captain Drogon also can give, what is it called? Strategic Tactician or something like that, which gives them an increase to damage again. So you want to put Tank Tech on C here. You want to go ahead and let's link Sith Empire Trooper and Marauder at the start. After this, we just want to go around and put all those specials out as quickly as possible. So we're going to go ahead and put maybe the weapons tech over here just to get armor to take a turn. There we go. We're just going to use the 2 stacks. Don't go all the way up to 3. It's not necessary. Then we're going to place Master's Training on C. And then we're going to go ahead and use the second special over here, Battle Plan. Keen Stratagem, that's it. Keen Stratagem. So that's going to raise C's base stats incredibly high right out the gate, okay? So, and all we want to do right now is just time it out. We're going to systematically link individual characters here just to get rid of all of their protection, build up to C's ultimate. Now, when you get to C's ultimate, we're not going to be using it straight away. Oh no, not today, sir. What we are going to be doing instead is just going to be passing around that link, getting that deceived across the board. Every time an enemy is going to be using an ability whilst they're deceived, it's going to raise C's mastery. So all we want to do is time things out here. Just time things out nice and slow. Because there's no rush. We just want to strip everybody's mastery with C's ultimate, with the link and all that sort of good business. And then we want to go ahead and jump into ultimate and hopefully kill multiple people in one go. Now, I don't actually want C counterattacking because I don't want him accidentally killing people. That's why I'm not putting the triple stacks of Beskar armor on him. Just trying to work our way around to another link. There we go. We've got another link. So we've already stripped off Marauder. Let's try and strip off Treya next then. We're also going to be gaining additional protection when we're doing this. So they're going to do some decently powerful hits, but with all the additional stats that we've ramped from all the additional bonuses and the amount of healing that we get each turn, we should be absolutely fine. My C, I think, is Relic 8 at the minute. Just modded standard modding that you'd always have for him. Lots of health, bit of speed. Alright, so we're just slowly working our way through there. We're not going to be using our ultimate just yet. I just want to be able to strip off as many people as I possibly can. If we can get an opportunity to oh, there we go. So we'll link Sion here, and I believe I need to link Talon, because I don't think I've stripped off her protection. So what I'll do is I'll time this out now. We'll keep running down the clock just a little bit, get our opponents to use up their specials all the time. Keep ourselves nice and healed, and when I can get round to another link, I'll relink one of the tanks and I'll relink Treya, and that's when we'll go into our ultimate after that. And we should be able to kill at least 3 people, because like I said, we are ramping up the offense. But if you are a little bit concerned, just drag out the battle for as long as possible. Like, there's more than enough time. Oh, whoops, I should have relinked there. Should have relinked, my bad. Okay, so I'll link Sion. And I'll link Treya. because Trey is the one you really want to kill. When you go into the ultimate, we use that ultimate special. It will guarantee to kill the 2 targets that are linked, and then it's just going to do AoE damage. So we definitely want to make sure we link Trey, because she's going to be the hardest person to kill. The easiest should be Talon. And we'll just see how much damage we unfortunately got our cooldowns increased right before our turn there. Alright, so let's just see how much damage we deal when we do this ult. There we go, we got 3 of them down. That's all you're really looking to do. And then you could just put it on full auto. C will relink those characters and we'll slowly whittle them down. They can't kill C. He's got too much protection, he's got too much stats, too much defense, too much offense. So eventually we will just zap them out of existence, as you can see here. Easy money. Easy money. They've also lost Treya now, so they're also not going to be able to cleanse off those damage over times. There we go. C's still very useful. Obviously, that didn't give us the evasions, though, so let's think about how can we also get a win with all the evasions. So the team I'm going to be using is a Jedi team, taking in Jedi Knight Revan, General Skywalker, Cal Kestis, Luke, and Hermit Yoda over here. Alright, so all we're really looking to do here is we are looking to, we are looking to obviously get all those evades, but build up to that very first Impetuous Assault ability from Jedi Knight Cal Kestis to get rid of Treya. That's the aim of the game right now. So we're going to turn me to swap over to Jedi Knight Luke here. Jedi Knight Luke is going to give us that AoE stun. Now, this stun will immediately be cleansed, but it does other good stuff as well. So if you have a look here, all enemies are going to lose 10% max health and protection, up to a maximum of 50%, okay? So that's why we're using that. We're just going to reduce their stats a little bit, even if they're going to instantly cleanse, okay? Next up, we're going to pass the turn back over to Cal Kestis, because I want to be able to loop through his abilities. Loop through his abilities to get him up to 30 stacks of impetuous as soon as possible. The isolate on him is actually probably not so bad. Probably not so bad. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Okay, so I'm just going to basic here to get rid of the stats, these abilities on Sith Empire Trooper. And then we're just going to turn me to swap. Who shall I turn me to swap to? I think I'll turn me to swap to Jedi Knight Revan. And yeah, we'll just mark down Sith Marauder, I think. Sith Marauder is a really, really big threat in this team. I'm going to do the big heal from Hermit Yoda. That should give us some deflections. You've got a deflection there, as we saw. Yeah, let's just keep the focus over here. I'll call in gas to reduce the max stats just a little bit. We've got 30 stacks of Impetuous, so now we can just get rid of Treya. Booyah, there we go, Treya's gone. And all we need to do now, there's the Savior mechanic triggered. We just need to be able to get all our evasions and survive in that way, okay? So I'm going to pass over to Hermit Yoda here. That should cleanse off all of our dots as well. Now, the biggest threat is actually Marauder. He does all the damage. He can just one-tap your tombs. So that's why we do want to deal with him as soon as possible. Unfortunately, it looks like we might lose Jedi Knight Revan here, which is probably quite normal, but it's not the end of the world. Let's go ahead and do that big AoE again, just to get the Foresight. We like the Foresight because it of course gives us that chance to evade, essentially. And that's really what we're looking for. Nice. Wonderful. Now, I don't like Scion particularly because Scion can just get rid of our Foresight. Oh, gosh, that's terrible. That was really terrible, wasn't it? Let's just stun them. They can't cleanse that stun this time. Just trying to get rid of these damage over times at the minute. Fortunately, Hermit Yoda's going to die next turn. Unless I cleanse it off like that. Wonderful. We should be okay here now, I think. Big AoE. More dodges. And that should just about do it. That should just about do it. Unfortunately, like I said, we won't be getting the kill 3 people in one turn, but we should be able to survive and get the 10 evades as well, thanks to all that Foresight that we've been generating. Alright, good business, good business. And that is going to about do it for today's episode of Galactically Challenged with me, your bald-headed boy, Scribble. If this video was useful to you, please do hit that like button and consider subscribing to your boy Scribe. Huge shout out to my wonderful, wonderful patrons. You guys are the absolute business. Thank you for your continued support. I will see you all in the very next video. Peace out, and may the Force be with you.